Studio Sweat On Demand here with the lovely Bethany.
Hi guys.
Hey, we have an awesome question that came in from Rosa, and she is from, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this properly, Holloman Air Force Base. Holloman
Air Force Base
in New Mexico. So,
Rosa asks,
hey guys, I have a question about a standing run or a standing flat or jog on the spin bike. I've been spinning for years, more serious when I found you guys, of course, about 8 months ago. I can't go faster than 70 to 80 RPMs. I'm assuming she means when she's standing. 80 on a really good day. How do you guys go so fast? Do you wiggle your butt? What's the key? By the way, before I started working out with you guys, my top speed standing was 60 RPM, so I have improved quite a bit, but I'd like to know more about what the key is and efficiency. Thanks, Rosa. All right, so first thing to address, sometimes when you see people going really, really fast, they may not have resistance on. So let me start by saying that. Second thing I want to do is give you props for going from 60 to 80. You've already improved just by doing the classes, so just continue doing what you're doing, and I guarantee you're going to get faster. But the key is always having resistance on as well.
and I would have to say, just to add to that, I think the standing run, standing flat, whatever you want to call it, is probably one of the hardest things to do on the bike.
I think it can be too.
Balance-wise, just you're standing and it's kind of awkward. So I do think that's one of the harder things to do.
Well, and it shouldn't really be awkward. If it is awkward, that probably means you don't have resistance on.
Yes.
So you want to check your body position. Make sure when you're standing, first of all, that you are in that V position. So that you're like this, right? Hands are usually on hand position 3, which is right here. Hips over the front of the seat. Things that you can do to improve, though, and let's talk about that because there's definitely things that you can specifically do to improve. Think about core strengthening because that really matters. Your core is what's going to hold you up and stabilize you when you're doing those standing flats. So make sure that you're not just doing straight up spins and speed spins. Make sure you're doing some of our spin core classes, ab attack classes. Same thing for the legs. Those legs need to be nice and strong because when you are standing and running, your hip does a ton of the work there. And of course, all these muscles feed into your hips and your glutes. And so the stronger those get, the more you're going to be able to increase your cadence speed, okay?
The more
turnover.
efficient you'll be.
So spin sculpt classes are great for that. The speed sculpt classes.
And gosh darn it, practicing it.
Yes.
I mean, the more you do it.
Absolutely.
Better.
So even though Rosa and everybody else out there, you're taking our classes and that's awesome, go ahead and do some 2 to 4 minute drills where you're doing nothing but focusing on accelerations, for example. When you're doing a standing flat or a standing run, it's not something that you should be doing for a long time either. It's really just meant for an acceleration and then you drop back into the saddle.
So when you say like a 2 to 4 minute drill, are you wanting her to be like out of the saddle for 20 seconds sprinting and then in the saddle for the rest of that minute? How do you want them to break it up?
Exactly. So interval training basically at its best, and you can do varying lengths of intervals. Just make sure that you are fully recovered before you go back into your next interval. So a true jump on a spin bike, I know that we do up, 2, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. But the true definition of a jump is actually where you're jumping up to get an acceleration, get your momentum, get the pedal speed that you want, and then you drop back down to the saddle. So do some drills like that. We do them in class, so that's one of the reasons you've seen your cadence increase already in those standing flats. But it's another thing, specificity training that you can do on your own. Okay. Do you have anything else to add to that?
Didn't you want to talk about our height difference?
Oh, that's true too. And this is more informational. Thank you for bringing that back up. So who do you think is going to be able to go faster in general? Bethany or myself? Bethany is 5'0". I am 5'8". Okay. So who goes faster?
Oh, so me.
Yeah.
So me.
She's definitely going to be able to go faster.
Yeah, and it's the same thing like when I do a deadlift, I have to really make sure that I go a lot slower because she's got about 5 to 8 more inches of room that she has to travel than I do.
Right,
and so it's
up and down.
So for her, deadlifts would be harder, whereas for me, they're super easy. And it's kind of the same with, a running sprint on the bike standing.
Right, so when she is doing a deadlift, for example, the reason that she would have to slow it down is if she's leading a class and there's people of all kinds of different heights, most of which are taller than her, right? And so that's why she'd have to slow it down because she could do this, whoop, whoop, super fast, where I'm like, I need a little bit longer to get all the way down there and all the way up here.
Yeah.
So when you are, think about the length of your femur, for example. She's going to be able to have a faster turnover than I am.
Yep.
Just because of the length of my legs.
I win!
Yeah. Not to say that we don't have, things that are better for us being taller people too, because we definitely do. But you get the advantage there.
You can reach the top counter.
The top counter?
The top shelf.
I know what you mean.
I can't. I have to climb.
All right, so Rosa and anyone else that had that same question, we hope that helped you. And just keep shooting for the moon and landing in the stars. Shoot for 115. You really should never be able to go higher than that anyways. But if you shoot for 115 RPMs, you're probably going to land about 95 eventually. So keep shooting for the moon. You're going to land in the stars.
And you've already improved so much, so keep it up.
Congratulations. All right, you guys. And one thing that you can do to improve your cadence and your pedal speed is take the classes that are on Studio Sweat on Demand.